We as gamers get so entranced by the storylines that are woven by the developers of the games that we're currently into. The big, epic, sprawling worlds that we get enveloped in. As soon as we set foot and get to see the landscapes that they want to go and present to us, we're just amazed and awestruck by them. We get so engrossed into all these characters, into all these games, that the outside world never really factors in whatsoever. We never think about, for example, some sort of force, whatever it may be, that might present bodily harm to us, while we're sitting there leisurely enjoying ourselves and being entertained. You know, whether you are in the confines and the comfort of your own home, whether you're at a friend's house, whether you're doing couch co-op, playing console, PC, whether you're in your gaming room, living room, bedroom, you're just enjoying yourselves. But the outside world and anything that could potentially harm you, that doesn't come to mind. But this story right here that I'd come across, and I had to do a double take when I'd seen this headline presented to me by the news station, just looked at it and I couldn't believe what I was reading. A man was hit by a car while playing Fallout 4. That didn't make any sense to me. I thought this was one of those spoof stories. It just didn't make sense. But no, this was a legitimate news station covering a local story. A dude almost lost his life while thinking that he was safe in the privacy of his living room, just enjoying himself, playing a game that all of us have been enjoying the living shit out of. The idea of that is horrifying because you always think that your home is your safe haven. You know, if there's ever a place to be safe, your home should be that. And a car not only hit him, but broke through his wall, destroying his home, and caused him a shit ton of injuries. I mean, this dude's spine is all fucked up, his Achilles is all fucked up. I mean, when you have your vertebrae is fractured, messed up at all, but both of these injuries are types of things that will physically put you on the shelf for quite a while. You have to go through physical therapy, and these things are costly. The medical bills can stack up big time, and it turns out that the woman that hit him wasn't insured. So all of this has had to come out of his own pocket. That means you're not going to work. That means you have to take time off. And this is happening around the holiday season. What worse time could you really have? Not to say that there's ever a good time to get an injury, but this is just one of the shittiest of times because now you're just going to have depression set in because of all this crap happening. The fortunate part of all this, the silver lining, if there is one, the silver lining of all of this is that he's alive. He can still talk about this story. He can still thank every single day that he's able to look forward to tomorrow. And that right there is great. I mean, reading this, I just kept on thinking, holy shit, I wonder if he's okay. And I watched it. I sat there talking to my friends about this. I talked to my girlfriend about this and how fucked up it was. I mean, this woman's only getting cited. And she's not going to jail, nothing like that. And he's having to deal with all this. I mean, his place was left in ruins and in shambles because of this. Christmas is just around the corner, you know, and then ringing in the new year, while this is how you end your year. I just see all this, and I was pissed off, and I felt bad, and I just didn't know what the hell to think. But then I had seen there was a GoFundMe to help him with his medical bills, and I was like, fuck it. Not only do I want to talk about this story, but I want to put this shit on full blast in any way possible. You know, if somebody can go and help, that should happen. You know, I'm not saying that you have to. You don't have to give a fuck whatsoever. You know, that's your own prerogative. But me, I had seen this and I felt bothered by it. You know, I'd seen him just like, why the fuck would something like this have to happen? That's such a crazy-ass thing to see. I personally know somebody that had a very similar thing happen, but they weren't even home. But the car just right down a hill, through their kitchen, destroyed fucking everything. And that person wasn't insured either. So it's weird to see something that was so similar happen here. I mean, he was thanking, when he was conducting the interview with the local news station that was covering the story, he was thanking the fact that the chair that he was in, he actually has like a pretty badass gaming chair. He said if it wasn't for him sitting inside of this, that he probably would have been killed. you know, dragged under the wheel of the car, and that would have been it. That's all she wrote, and he would have been tagged. Off to the morgue. And thinking about that, anytime that you come face to face with a near-death situation, it's horrifying. It does fuck with the way that you think. You know, and with all this, you know, I felt bad because I can understand those stresses of what the hell am I going to do tomorrow? I can't go and provide for my family. I can't go and provide for myself. How the hell can I feel good about all this shit? I can relate to that. I know people that can relate to that kind of shit. When I see that, you know, I become empathetic. Plenty of times that I've covered news stories about that kind of shit, you know, that's the reason why I did was because empathy. I can understand that kind of stuff. You know, and then I need to vent. I need to go and say something. I've got a fucking soapbox, and I want to go and talk about it. And there is this sliver of a chance to be able to go and help somebody, all the while just getting shit off my chest, you know? It pisses me off that this woman wasn't insured and almost fucking killed a person. I think about that, I'm just like, man, that's like, if that was my brother, that was one of my friends or some shit, I'd be losing my fucking mind. I'd be livid. I'd be raising fucking hell, tearing shit up, because I'm defensive and protective of all the people around me that I care about. So thinking about that, it upset me, you know? And I'm sure it's easy to go and crack jokes about it because, hey, he's alive and well, so, you know, somebody would be like, in poor taste, at least it wasn't the Brotherhood of Steel that was going after him just because he decided to go with the Minutemen, or, you know, it was crazy super mutants or some kind of shit like that. So, all jokes aside, the real situation is that this dude had something horrifying and fucked up happen to him. And luckily, he's okay, and that's really good. But for the holiday season, man, I want to make sure that you have all your shit taken care of, because this isn't something easy to cope with. And the thing is, even if you have all your shit paid for, you still have to go through day after day of rehabilitation, and that can suck. Again, I know people have had to deal with that. Hell, I know people who've rehabilitated people. You know, and it can be tough. It can be trying. And I just want to go and say sincerely, I'm sorry for everything that happened. And even though I don't know you, and you don't have to give a fuck I exist, and hell, you probably won't even see this fucking video at all. But I just want to say, genuinely, man, I'm glad that you're okay, because that's a fucked up thing, and you have good taste in games, by the way. But, you know, either way, all this shit out in the open there. The links for everything that I was talking about, the actual news story from local news station and the GoFundMe, are in the description. So if you want to go and check those out, you should. Just click in the description, click on the links, and there you go. That's pretty much everything that I have to say on the entire matter. I don't know. Maybe he had a big stockpile of stim packs. Rataway or some shit. You know, I'm just trying to make light of this situation because he's okay. So, there. Because I got real fucking serious and upset there for a moment, but it's just, you know, I was angry. Turned into a big fucking hulking deathclaw and shit. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin. As always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on. You know what? Now that I think about it, maybe I should send this to Bethesda. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do. Let's all send this to Bethesda. I think that's a fantastic idea. I'm going to tweet this to them, and I'm going to post it on their Facebook. Who the fuck knows? It might do something, it might not, but either way, I think it's a good idea.